There was once a little girl named Masha who lived in a small town. She was a very kind and caring person, always ready to help others. However, her life was not always easy. Masha grew up in a family with little money, but her parents taught her to value the things you can't buy with money: honesty, hard work, and most importantly, kindness. Every morning, Masha woke up with a smile on her face and went to school. But she wasn't like the other children. Masha didn't strive to be popular or attract attention to herself. She helped those in need, and despite her modesty, many students knew that they could turn to her for support. One day, when Masha was walking home through the town park, she noticed an old tree on the edge of the park. It was majestic, with thick branches that seemed to reach for the sky. But something about the tree seemed wrong. Its leaves were starting to dry out, and the bark was cracking. Approaching the tree, Masha stopped and noticed a message carved into the trunk. This tree was once the greenest in this park. But since people began to forget about it, it has lost its strength. Masha, though not knowing how to help the tree, felt that something should be done. From that day on, she began visiting the tree every day. She would bring water, carefully watering its roots and wiping the cracked bark. People laughed at her, saying that the tree would die anyway, and that her efforts were in vain. But Masha didn't give up. She believed that even if the tree couldn't regain its strength, she would at least do all she could. A few weeks passed. One day, when Masha approached the tree, she noticed that it had started to come back to life. The leaves had turned a little greener, and new growth appeared on the branches. Masha continued to care for the tree, and it continued to grow, though slowly. People passing by began to notice the changes in the tree. Gradually, they began to stop and also bring water, helping to care for it. One day, on a warm summer afternoon, when Masha came to the tree, it looked surprisingly green and strong. The leaves were full of life, and the branches were no longer fragile. On one of the branches hung a note, and when Masha approached, she read in amazement, "Thank you for your kindness and patience. You showed that even when it seems like it's too late to save something, there is always a way to find strength for change. You gave this tree life, and it will live thanks to your love and care." Masha looked around in surprise, but no one was nearby. She felt a warmth in her chest and realized that sometimes kindness can truly work miracles. Masha hadn't expected any reward for her efforts, but the tree in this moment gave her something far more valuable: the belief that even small acts can change the world around you. From then on, Masha continued to care not only for the tree, but also for others who needed her help. Friends, neighbors, even strangers. She always found time to help, and her world became brighter. Gradually, her example inspired many. People started helping each other, and the town was filled with an atmosphere of care and warmth. Years passed, and adults who walked past the tree would remember how it had once been almost dead, and how the little girl, showing kindness and patience, had brought it back to life. They would tell their children that even the smallest actions can lead to big changes. Masha grew up, but never forgot what the tree had taught her. It doesn't matter how much effort you put in. What matters is that you never give up and keep doing good, even when the result seems far out of reach. Sometimes we think that the world is too big to change, that our efforts are too small. But this story teaches us that every act of kindness, every gesture of care, even if it seems insignificant, can have huge consequences. And if we keep doing good, even when no one is watching, the world around us will begin to change. Remember that kindness isn't what we give, it's what we leave in the hearts of others. And perhaps it is kindness that can save our own hearts.